How the heck are you, everybody? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. And wow, this is going to be such a fun video. Honestly, no clickbait. I'm beyond excited to talk about this. We're here on the Fastidious test server. This is the test server. If you have not yet heard, live on Forerunner right now, it came out today, is Gear Raid 4. Gear Raid 4 is live. This video, I will have gameplay on Gear Raid 4 within a couple days, within like 2 or 3 days from now. Apparently it's extremely hard. That's what we've heard from Ray and the other Dragon Slayers guys. But if you look over here, guys, it looks really cool. You got a nice little picture of Volca. I presume she's the boss. You can go in. I'll show you a little preview of the map, just so you can get a little taste. But we're going to actually be talking all about the things the new gear dungeon brings. So what is that? That is in the Foundry. So right now you can ascend your gear and rework your gear, that kind of stuff. Now we have added, you can forge new gear, some new amazing gear sets that are just cracked out, man, like cracked out. And then also there's a gear identifier. You can identify new unknown gear, which creates variant gear, which is stronger than ancient gear. It's so cool. I cannot believe it. You know, I think with some of the craziness, let me show you the map really quickly. There's a little peek. With some of the craziness that's been going on with He Who Shall Not Be Named, the subject of a potential nerf, I've been hearing a lot of things about myself, how I'm a shill for the company, and I'm trying to make it seem better than it is, how I'm some kind of agent against the company, trying to make it seem worse than it is, and everything in between. I've heard a lot of different stuff. At its core, guys, the reason, now it's kind of my job, but the reason I started making content for this game is because I freaking love this game and I think it's really fun, and this is my favorite thing they've ever added. It's not even close. Everything I've read, everything I've seen that I'm going to show you in this video, I am blown away by it, and I love this kind of way to power creep, if you want to call it that. This gear is better, and it's very cool, but it's done in a way that is, at least right now, completely free-to-play friendly once you reach there. Like, there's no advantage I see that paying is going to give. This is just something to grind for, to work your butt off for. It's so cool. So I've hyped it up enough, but I'll just give you a little taste. Unidentified weapon. What the heck is that? To obtain variant gear? What is variant gear? It's got an extra special effect. Who knows? It blew my mind when Seamus sent this to me this morning from Forerunner. I'm so excited to show you guys. Let's get into it. But first, a word from this video's sponsor, Into the AM. Honestly, I'm super excited and proud to be partnering with this amazing apparel brand. Into the AM is a premium clothing company wholly focused on the marriage between style, self-expression, and comfort. Their t-shirts in particular highlight their commitment to offering high-quality fashion while still ensuring they deliver an exceedingly comfortable product. Selfishly, I am so stoked to be working with a brand as cool as this one. I mean, let's be honest, I could use some new threads. Since I gotta film and stream all day, every day, it can be tough for me choosing what clothes to wear, since I need them to both look good and feel good. Having shirts like this one from Into the AM and the other 6 you already saw me donning in this video makes the choice easy. I really hope to keep working with them in the future, so if you like what you see, make sure to click the link in my description and the top pinned comment and get these deals and an extra 10% off on these premium made tees. It's an affiliate link too, and I'll get a commission on the sales. So this is a great way to level up your fashion game while directly supporting me. I really appreciate it, guys. A huge thank you to Into the AM. Let's get back to our video. Alrighty, friends, let's talk about it. So we have to start by talking about what this gear dungeon is and how it works and the things it brings before I can show you the gear. I promise I am not trying to tease you. I honestly this has to be done. Otherwise, nothing's going to make sense to you. So let me throw this on display capture. Let me put up some photos. These are all great screenshots that Seamus has given me. So this is from the patch notes for Forerunner. Let me get into it. During the event, commanders may challenge Gear Dungeon Raid, Gear Raid 4. Right? So what is the event? Well, what's unique about this Gear Raid is, you know, when you want, if you have the stamina, you can challenge Gear Raid 1, 2, or 3 whenever you want. With Gear Raid 4, it's going to be open for 1 week at a time. To be seen right now. Maybe things will change from Forerunner to Global. It should be coming soon, though, but to be seen when it comes. It'll be open for a week, and then it could be closed for 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows? I don't think it will be closed as much as like Immortal Codex, the way we seem to get that like once a month, but I think maybe it'll be every other week. It is super cool, super powerful, so it kind of makes sense they would do it this way. Gear dungeons consist of 6 floors. To even try floor 1, you need to have completed Gear Raid 1, 2, and 3, stage 18. So you need to be on your 19 plus Gear Raids. You don't have to beat 19, but beating all your 18s. That unlocks Gear Raid 4. So it consists of 6 floors once you reach that point. So even from floor 1, it's hard stuff. Commanders can choose to challenge different floors with dungeon keys to earn gear sets and forge materials. So you can earn specific pieces of gear, but also specific forge materials that can be used in the new forge, the new gear forge that's in the foundry. By clearing any floor of the gear dungeon, commanders can obtain dungeon crystals, which can be used to purchase gear pieces and items in the dungeon shop. So separate from all the other cool stuff, we are getting a new shop, like a permanent fixture shop that will always be there, and then we can get more and more currency every time this event is open. The shop's badass. I will probably show that at the end, because that will make the least sense. That was actually the first thing I looked at. It didn't make sense. So I'm going to take you in the order to me that makes the most sense, because this is all totally new, totally fresh stuff. But you can hear it. Like, I'm not faking this. I'm legitimately excited. This is when people said they want new content, they want new stuff. This is what we're talking about. This is so good. Devs, I hope you're watching. I'm impressed a lot. And haters and lovers alike of the game, this is a W. I mean, you can just, let's get in the comment section and put W's. This is a hard W. We'll see what the actual gameplay is like, but this actual content is just a hard flippin' W. So by clearing any floor, commanders can, dungeon crystals can be used in the shop. Got it. Gear dungeon lasts for 7 days. Just like I said, after 7 days, it will be temporarily sealed. How long it is temporarily sealed, we do not yet know. We go here now. Now we get into the gear forge and whatever gear identify is. I'll tell you, gear identify, basically the pieces that get to be identified are what become variant gear, which I'll explain shortly. You can basically think of it as, from what I can tell, you can do it for free, but you put it in the identify portion of the foundry, and it's like if you put like a scroll of wisdom on a piece of loot you picked up in a game like Path of Exile. I assume they have something similar in Diablo. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's get into the breakdown and then we'll get into the specifics. Gear Dungeon provides new forge materials, Sanguine Scroll and Smoldering Scale. Commanders can forge new gear sets via Gear Foundry Forge. So you go into the Foundry, we now have a tab on the right that I will show you that says Forge, and you can make those things. So just straight up, you get materials and then you forge gear, the same way we get like our meteorites and we forge artifacts. I will tell you when it comes to the Sanguine Scrolls, that's for new left side gear. I think we have 2 new sets. And then when it comes to the Smoldering Scale, that's for right side gear. I believe that we have 4 new sets. Then you can clear the gear dungeon for a chance to discover unidentified gear. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what becomes variant gear, which is the new rarest and best gear type in the game. So, it goes like normal, epic, legendary, mythic, then ancient, and now we're cooking with frickin' variant. It's so good. It's just so good. And then, you get some rewards. You can even get some recasting hammers. You can drop some mythic gear. You can drop some ancient gear. You can drop some diamonds. Those are all bonuses. And this is the requirement. Like I said, you have to beat gear raid 1 through 3, 1, 2, and 3. All stage 18s need to be cleared. I don't think you need a 3-star clear them because it doesn't say that. So it's probably basically once you have your Vanquisher card, it's the same requirement that you need. So let's hop back in here, and then I'll just give you a little preview. This is what this gear looks like, and it's so cool. Oh, is that a red roll? Yeah, it is. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull the game back up, and let's actually get into that foundry, and let's talk about it. So we got to go out of this screen, and we can head here into my heroes, and you'll see, you guys might be used to it. If you go to gear now, we have this button, Foundry, and 2 of these buttons we already know. Ascend, this is when you get your ascension materials, maybe your bouillons, if you want to ascend your ancient gear, and then we have recast, which I've never done. I don't like it, but not everyone's like me on test server. Maybe you have like 3 recast hammers. I think that's what I have. But you get your recast hammers. These things are stinky. They remain that way. But then we've got our forge. They haven't given me any materials yet to play with. I'll talk to them about that. I'm assuming they'll probably have some event in anticipation on global leading up to that, and we'll get to show it off. But you can see we've got Azor putting himself to use. Looking very broke here, right here, looking beefy as hell. And this is where you get your sanguine fabrics. These are the scrolls I talked about. This is the new left side gear, and then the smoldering scales. You have your 4 new right side gear sets. So you see, basically you gather them. It costs 20 materials for 1 forge. TBD, the quality that it produces. I assume it just, it could be, it's like you could drop any piece. So this is going to be rare stuff. I can break down the sets in a second, but I just want to quickly tease you with Identify. This is basically, it doesn't look like you need any materials, right? Here it's saying this is the cost. You need 20, you need 200, we have 0, right? Same over here, right? Here it just says you're going to have some stuff that stocks up here. These are your unidentified pieces of gear, and then I think you just click it and you'll just press Identify. I don't see anything about currency. I didn't see it mentioned anywhere, so I think that's pretty cool. So you won't be gated behind a currency. You're just going to be gated behind getting them, and I presume when you see how strong these variant pieces are, it's going to be really hard to come by these pieces. Like, extremely hard to come by these pieces. So brace yourselves for that. Let's talk about these new sets. We'll go really quickly. That's not really the point of this video, but they are badass. So our left side gear from the Sanguine Fabrics, from the Sanguine Scrolls, we have got a brand new set, Wicked Vengeance, and this is like a combo platter. Oh, you liked your Annihilating Might, you liked your Calamity? Let's do both. So if you think of like Immortal Warrior maybe is like a spruced up version of Life Force. It's like Life Force, and then here's whatever it is, 10% defense, like 25% HP like you're used to with Life Force, and then 10% defense. Now we got the 40% critical damage we're used to with Annihilating Might, and we get a Taste of Calamity. We get 10% attack. It's a great piece. It's going to be like the top DPS piece, I think, probably, especially if people start getting variant versions of it. When it comes to left side gear. And then the other one we've got is Light's Grace. This is going to be probably your top support thing. The fact that you're getting rage regen on it is really, really cool. I will say heal effect, who really cares? But it's a nice way to build heal effect while picking up 10% rage regen. This is the less exciting of the two. I actually don't know if this will prove to be a particularly meta set over just going like Whirlwind, or realistically doing like an Immortal Warrior Life Force on an HP based healer, or Warlord or Calamity on an attack based healer. But that's cool that you can build some rage regen off a set. I mean, rage regen is something a lot of us are looking for nowadays. Then if we go to our right side gear, you'll see here this is made from the Smoldering Scales. We can click morale. Nothing's changed. I've previewed this on test server months ago. Basically, when on field, all allies deal 4% bonus damage. It doesn't stack, right? So you just want one hero wearing it. You just need one person, so that could be like your Laurel, or that could be like your a support unit or a healer, right? But 4% bonus damage for everybody. 4% might not sound like much, but that's just the total damage you do of every single hero dealing damage is plus 4%, so times 1.04. Pretty good. Now we've gotten something that you've seen on my channel before, but they've actually just buffed. So Unshaken Will, this is going to be a great like defender set. It's going to be really, really good for something like the Tank Codex, right? For the Hellfire Emperor. When deployed, HP plus 20%. This is like our first straight up defender tank set. There's other things we could do in the past. I guess we have Guardian, but our first like premium one. There's other things we can do, like you can do a Asclepius for a small HP bonus, things like that. You know, maybe you could do a Mana Spring set. You could do, some people do Glacier if you want a little damage. But here, this is great. Just when deployed, you get HP, 20%, that's a lot. When attacked, recovers 5% of max HP. That can trigger one time every X amount of seconds. Before the buff, it was every 10 seconds. Now it's twice as frequent. It's every 5 seconds. Apparently, from what I hear, it's a lot better. That's very nice. And now 2 brand new sets. When the ultimate is triggered, it increases damage by 30% and crit damage by 40%, lasting for 8 seconds. I mean, enough said. That's supremely strong. Really, really good. 1.3x multiplier plus some crit damage. We'll have to test it because I think this is really only going to shine on like low rage cost heroes, like with very affordable ults. But it's strong. It's certainly strong. I question if maybe once they fix Soulbound Arcana, this could compete. But for now, with broken Soulbound Arcana, that will be the best for almost everybody. And then Tempered Will, this is pretty sweet. So this is another new one. Again, very much geared towards tanks. Damage reduction, all damage reductions of physical and magic, plus 15%. For each enemy blocked, increases defense by 5%. Stacks up to 4 times. So anyone with high base block or something from an ultimate, or just any tank in the game that is wearing, or Yankar, that is wearing a Bastion ring, or for Yankar a Lunacy visor, you'll be able to max this out at 20% when you're blocking a bunch of people. Again, supremely strong for the Tank Codex for Hellfire Emperor. So, on to the good stuff. That was fun, right? It's new gear, whatever. I mean, it's sweet. It's sweet. That'd be a good video in itself. But it's time for the good stuff. It's time for variant gear. So what on God's green earth is variant gear? Let me show you. I'm so freaking excited. So if we go to the raid here and we go to Gear Raid 4, I can click in here and you will see these are our potential drops. I can click question mark. We can get all these different things. So we can get our dungeon crystals. This is for the shop. I'll show you that at the end. It also drops ancient gear. It drops normal mythic gear. And then same thing for left and right side. But what is unidentified gear? We got unidentified weapons and breastplates and stuff. Unidentified bangle. You can see as you get deeper down, you can start getting everything. I'm assuming. Yes, okay, of course. Can we? Oh, it's just weapons and bangles for now on? Let's see. Wait, hold on. It looks like it's just weapons and bangles. That's crazy. I'll have to ask about that, but I guess for now it's only, these variants can only exist on weapons and bangles. Wow, okay, I just learned something while I'm trying to teach something. Well, there you go. These are the drops. So what is this, all right? An unidentified weapon unearthed from this dungeon, which can be transformed into variant gear with a special effect. So this is where you get that kind of Path of Exile, ARPG kind of thing. You have it, you don't know what it is, it identifies it. You find out what set it is, you find out what the stats are. They have the same kind of stat rolls, that same roll pool as Ancients, but then you get a line of green text at the bottom, which is an extra bonus effect. And there's several that we have found so far, and they are just strictly really cool. This is going to lead to a lot of people being like, I got the most amazing piece ever, and a lot of people being pissed off because of RNG. But at its core, that's why we play these games. And to me, you can tell, I think it's the most exciting thing there is. This is the coolest thing they've added. I absolutely love it. So you can have this unidentifiable piece. You're going to put it there. You press the identify button, and it reveals what it is. So what can it be? What can it be? Well, let me pull this back up so I can take you through it. We got, I think, 6 examples we got pictures of. Thank you, Seamus. So here's a variant piece. So it's a set you're already familiar with. This is going to apply to all the sets we already have in the game and then the new sets that are coming. It's a variant piece from Annihilating Might. So you can see it has those nice rolls tending to be around that purple, that like third line. So it's like an ancient piece. But on top of that, and you see as the effect, it has crit damage on a weapon, which is only possible on an ancient piece. So we'll have those same effects, it seems. But then you have this thing, Witch's Charm. So this is variable. This happens once it gets identified. You get this bonus ability. So here for Witch's Charm on this Annihilating Might variant style weapon, so better than Ancient. Dealing single target damage with basic attack is a 2% chance of transforming the target into a critter, making them unable to attack for 5 seconds. This effect does not apply to elites or bosses, can be triggered up to 1 time every 20 seconds. So 2% chance, not that much, but if you're attacking a lot, or someone like Setram, who it still counts as basic attacks, right? Basically, if you're coming from Raid Shadow Legends, we can sheep enemies now. I think that's so wild. I don't actually think this is such... I'm actually starting with one that I don't think is that strong, because you will see these all will have different special effects. I don't love this one because 2% not that high, and if it doesn't apply to elites and bosses, who are you dying to critterify or whatever? I don't know, but it's cute and it's cool and it's exciting. They only get better. So now we've got a Wisdom Bangle. You can see they even changed the color on them a bit, right? So here there's got a little pink glow around it. Here it's got a little pink thing on the bangle itself. You can see only weapons and bangles. So for now, that's the only thing we've got. That's very interesting. Red roll on crit damage, max out 44%. If you ever wondered what's the highest subset roll you can get on crit damage, well, it's 44%. So you have everything normal, the same. This is the normal wisdom bonus if you built the whole set. But then here, this is maybe the best that they have, or one of the very best that I've seen for the variant extra special effect. This gear will have at least one, so it can be more, but then that'd just be the crazy luck. One will be max value. So that's where this red came from. So it's just guaranteeing one roll will be a max roll. And that is game-changing for certain stuff. That is too freaking cool, man. You can see someone goes, sheesh, new dungeon, blah, blah, blah. You know, people are impressed. This is too cool. Let's keep going. Now we got a variant Night Terror Bangle. So again, only weapons and bangles. You can see very ancient-y rolls. And then this one I'll be interested. We'll have to test. The special effect here is called Aggression. It's plus 300 attack. If it's just plus 300 attack, it's terrible. If it's plus 300 pre-deployment attack, it's pretty good. If it's plus 300 onto base attack, it's insanely strong. Insanely strong. So we'll have to see. I would be shocked if it's a post-deployment addition. I think it'd have to be pre-deployment and then all the other... I'm saying like all the multipliers you get from your other gear are applied onto it. Because if it's just tacking 300 more attack on at the end, that stinks, right? That's really nothing. You could see if you had someone with base... It's like a 5% increase in attack. It's like a slight boost to the roll. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not special. Let's keep going. Now here's an Immortal Warrior weapon. So this is like some premium gear that got it. And you can see, again, it got Unrivaled Power. And it worked out beautifully. It's a weapon. Rage Regen can only appear on ancient pieces when it comes to left side. And you got it maxed out. 33% Rage Regen. Basically as much as you'd need on most heroes right there when you include your Pantheon. And again, this gear will have at least one random secondary attribute set to its maximum value. That's cool. And there you go. It's going to be something. Craziest pieces. Imagine getting red. Or people are going crazy. And rightfully so. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. Now we got another Annihilating Might one. This is just plus 20 attack speed. So a little less exciting, but it's cool. And it's a nice little addition. Now we've got a new one, Woeful Optimism. We've got an Infernal Roar Bangle, crit damage. You got all those ancient-y rolls. Increases basic attributes by 5% if not a faction team member. So if you're in an off faction, so let's say you're running like Infernal and Nightmare or something like that, right? But you're bringing Silas as well. He basically gets a little universal basic attribute boost. Again, if this is pre-deployment, so all your effects from your gear and stuff will be applied after that, super strong. If it's post-deployment, kind of cool. We'll have to see. All in all, those are all the pieces I had for you guys. I am legitimately excited. This is really cool, and I needed some good news because people have kind of been hammering on me. I have nothing but love for the game. Any criticism I give of it is because I want it to succeed. In part because my livelihood is now tied to it, at least currently, but mostly because I just love the game and love the community that we have built and everyone has built, and it's so cool. Let's end with the shop. I'll show you that. The shop is juiced up. We'll have to see how often these things drop. If we're getting 150 keys a week, and every time you're guaranteed the 10, I don't know if you are. If you are, though, that's 1,500, right? So you can take a peek in here. You can see you can get some pretty cool things. This is going to give you a random piece of mythic gear. I would say no one should buy that, right? But then once you get deeper into things, so you get to deeper stages, I presume it's going to be really hard to get down to stage 6. I think Ray only just cleared stage 5. Only stage 5. I'll find out from him exactly how hard it is. But here you can get, I'm assuming it will rotate each cycle of the shop. But, you can get... Oh, it's a guaranteed Ancient Tempered Will, so that's one of the special new sets. A guaranteed Ancient Infernal Roar. We all love our Infernal Roar. A guaranteed Undefined Fine Bangle. So this is once you identify it. It's not undefined, unidentified. Once you identify it, this is a guaranteed variant gear. You can see this one's gated behind stage 6. This is kind of the cream of the crop. Here again, you got on a weapon at stage 3. These are going to be the things to go for. Then you can see this rotation, you can get the materials you need. You can get 20 at a time, so 1 material's worth of the new right side gear. I presume in different rotations you'll be able to get left side gear. You can say here, this is a random mythic, ancient mythic, that's very strong. Recast, I don't care too much about. And then what is this one? Is this different? Oh, this is assembly pieces for a recast. So I assume this stuff's gonna be really expensive. You can only pick up like 1 or 2 a rotation, but it's really good. And then definitely never buy these things, obviously. It's a cool shop, guys. It's a cool thing. I'm thrilled. I needed this kind of good news. Let me know what you guys think. I'm blown away. GG. I'm really excited to test it out. Unfortunately, I'm going out this evening. Otherwise, I would just stay on test server and just do this all night. But thank you guys so much for watching. Variant gear. I don't think it's too OP. It seems like it's going to be super hard to get. I honestly think it's just going to be a load of fun. Something new for us to grind out and aspire towards. And, of course, if you like my drip, my cool little dwarf, it's almost like they sent this before even knowing me. They just knew I was a dwarf guy. If you like it, though, it's super comfy. I think it looks pretty cool. It makes me look a lot slimmer than I actually am. That's pretty fun. So if you're into that, definitely use my link for Into the AM. Thank you so much, Into the AM. You can get 10% off. Like I said, it's an affiliate link, so I do get commissions from the sales. So only get it if you want to get the stuff. But if you want some stylish, comfy clothes and you want to directly support me, I suggest you do it. I've been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, hit that notification bell. It's the best way to support me or any other creators you like. Turn on all notifications. Share it with your mother. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.